What's up, everyone? Welcome back. It's Forgotten Circus. So I'm going to be doing my episode 5 of the Penguin. Y'all know me. Oh man, this show is so good. But this is going to be my kind of spoiler review. I'm kind of just going to talk about the show in general, to be honest with you, because it's amazingly shot. Everything, like the writing. Who are these writers? How does HBO keep getting all these writers like Max? I'm not a fan of Max, but Max the name, but geez. All right, so best show on television. This is the best show I've seen in probably a decade, to be honest with you. And the thing about this show is it just hits on all cylinders. You feel for they're making you root for the bad guy. They're literally making you, and you can understand from both sides. And they're doing this all without the Batman yet. But because apparently this is elsewhere's now. Because the list came out of James Gunn DC and what he's doing in this elsewhere. So I don't know if they're going to incorporate Robert Pattinson's Batman, or they're just, but it's okay. And they did say Constantine too was elsewhere, so I like that. Let people do their business in different parts, and we can all come together and make this work. You still got to make Superman Legacy, James Gunn, so we'll see with that. But enough with that. I ran a little bit too much. But yeah, so it starts off with the Maserati, and I know they had the tone and the colors of the Maserati, and it's a new era, which was pretty good. And I really think that I want Barry Keoghan's Joker from what we've seen from that cutscene. Reeves, you building on something. This is going to be big with DC. Definitely. So we got the end of the era, but let me talk about the whole episode in like really general. Like, so we get things with it's new beginnings now. Everybody's starting off new. You know, it's a new chapter, which I do like. And I like how Sophia yet again, and with her accent, I was always wondering. I'm gonna start to ramble through this video. I was always wondering, I was like, she's doing that Jersey accent so well mixed with like the Gotham vibe. I was like, oh, why do I know this? Let me look her up, because she is, and that was the thing, because I seen it earlier and I keep forgetting her name, and I do apologize, but her accent is literally, yeah, she's from Jersey. Cherry Hill, New Jersey. That's why the accent is so perfect. She's so phenomenal in this episode. And like with Colin Farrell, he's so good too as the Penguin. Now Vic's getting involved. He's actually have him running point on certain situations. Like every episode, am I one of those that every episode is my favorite episode, or is it like every episode is the best episode of the series? It just keeps climbing. It is so beautifully well done. And I know people will go like, well, it's got the cliche of Sopranos. Yeah, they're doing it just as good. Because like this is the best replacement you could ever have to the Sopranos. So if you were a Sopranos fan and you didn't like the way it ended, look at the way this one is building. It's phenomenal. So good. And the whole thing with Sophia, you know, because everybody's trying to get the upper hand now, as you see. So Oz is trying to do his thing now. He's not cool with Sophia. Sophia's not cool with Oz. You got the Maronis, and everything, and that part right there. So it's like everybody's playing everybody. And it seems like Sophia's stepping up. She has Johnny Vitti. Everybody's asking about Johnny Vitti. You have the police chief, and that conversation with her and the chief of police was like, Do you know who I am and what I can do? You wanted a monster. This family made the monster. So let's go. She kind of punks him and everything. She's like, hold on, I can actually do this. That's easier than I thought. She is so good, that actress. She is so good as Sophia, man. So you got everybody playing everybody. You got the Sal points, and then you got everything kind of fails because Oz is trying to do his thing to build his empire, but he's kind of a little reckless. And Vic's all in now, but you get to see it from different sides of everybody. Everybody actually feels for everybody. And the fact that he literally told Vic in this episode that you're my right hand man, nobody is above you. Nobody, except for me. Nobody. So Vic's got his swagger. He's like, okay. So there's this point when he tells him, you got to protect my mom because everything's going to shit. As we know in this episode, everything's going to shit. Everybody's starting to get their sides. And then you got, you know what I mean? People that are thinking about other things and bigger pictures that they can put on their wall. People. So everybody's just fighting back and forth. And he trusts that Vic can take care of his mom. And there's a point in this episode when you're like, all right, man. Does she like Vic? Does she not? You know. So then he goes and checks, and it gets to where you're like, oh, did they kill Oz's mom? But no. She's just sitting in there, and she has the dementia thing, and then she actually, there was a good part in that where I was like, oh, you're sitting there like, damn it, she's going through it. And she still has her wits. And the whole part when she's talking to Vic, I know who you are, whatever. She's talking about the brothers and all that. Who knows what happened to the brothers? I don't know. But it was emotional. It was one of those like, we're all in now together. Granted, I don't know you that much, but Vic, you're one of the family. And when she's like, he's gonna need me. And that part I was like, okay. And later on in the episode, she had her little lamp. The lamp part was funny. She was counting her lamp, and then like Vic was like taking care of her. And I like that whole point. And I see why Oz respects Vic, because no matter what, Vic is going to do the thing that is in the best interest of Oz. He's all in. And Oz realizes that. He's like, yeah, we're all in together. And I love that aspect. It's the world building and the beautifully shot, the tones, the cinematography, everything is just hitting. And Colin Farrell is amazing as the Penguin. Sophia is amazing. Vic is amazing. Even Oz's mom is amazing. So we get that part like in there too when Sophia, because I got to backtrack a little bit. She's taking over the family. She got Jody Vidi, and you're like, all right. So he gets everybody congregated together, right? And you get at that moment when you're like, all right. So she's just going to play the role. Nope. Rolls the dice and says, hey, guess what? You guys are all underpaid. We starting some new shit now. Fuck my dad. All of you love my mom. Everybody in this room knows that my mom was killed by my dad. And Johnny had a chance to stop the whole thing, but never did. So I'm using him as my puppet. And they're all for it. They're like, okay, but then they're like, wait. And then what is the new name? Gianconni's? Her mom's name. Because everybody loved her mom. I wish they should do some. I want them to do some backstory on Sophia's mom and Carmine's wife, because he's a murderer and he's freaking. Oh, jeez. But anyway, so it's what is the last name? Giancontes, right? Giancontes. Dope name. Love it. It is. Oh my gosh. If people could, I wonder if the Sopranos cast is watching this and like, wow, this is how you do Sopranos in Gotham. Perfectly. So she's got them all there, and then you like Johnny Viti's all hyping her up, like, sit down, doing all this thing. Because remember, he controls all the foot soldiers and all that. That was his part, right? And then yeah. She's just like, don't need you anymore. Dude, she is ruthless. Love it. Love it. But she just murks him like, yep, that's all I needed you for. So if you watch the episode, you know I'm not doing the best explanation of it. I'm just giving my thoughts on how beautiful this show is. It is literally beautiful chaos. You don't know who's where they're going. And then we had the mushrooms thing, because you remember they got the mushrooms. So this is a big thing. They had some of the product that came out of Arkham Asylum. So you think that point when it fails, right? And then I don't know, the black dude that's one of the chemists was more gangster than I thought. Everybody's rolling for Oz. And when you think that Oz, like I'm rooting for Sophia too. It seems like it's their show together. I know it's called The Penguin, but in the end, all of them are going to get the Emmys. This is the best show on television, hands down. And it sucks that it will end pretty soon, but I'm pretty sure that HBO and all that, they're looking at it. I'm giving this a 9.5 out of 10. And the only reason why I would not give it a full 10 out of 10, I want it to be longer. Give me 2 movies every episode almost. Because every episode feels like a movie. Well, add an extra. This is one of those that we're like, yo, I could go for 15 episodes. Because you don't have really the Batman in it. He's whispered, it's rumored, you know what I mean? Maybe we have Poison Ivy with Sophia. Maybe, but it's just the chemistry between, all right, they aren't all on screen together, but the chemistry between Vic, Oz, and Sophia, like you feel their presence. You think they're, because I think that she does have a respect for Vic, and that may be one way that they could bring this back, because now she's all in. So she's like, yeah. She may come back and say, Oz, I understand what you're talking about. Sometimes you got to get rid of some people to get there. But I'll still be watching you. Only because she likes Vic. Because I really think she likes Vic. But I don't know. Such a good episode. It's the best show on television. And I know I've repeated myself and said it plenty of times, but it's one of those where you have to watch it. And they tone everything down. They put everything's working in motion. The whole storyline, the backstories are working with it. You did a whole episode with one person's story and then came back in and was like, oh yeah, we still remember Oz. Oh yeah, we still remember Vic. Because everybody gets their spot in the show. And it's all going to come together. And I can't wait till if you're doing Elseworlds, I can't wait till they incorporate a lot of this into the new. Well, Batman 2 is going to come out, and I think they're really going to focus on the Joker. I really think that this has sparked, like, whoa, let's just go with Elseworlds and incorporate them. See, this is what CW couldn't do with a budget. They couldn't. If you gave them a bigger budget like this, yeah, but you gave them a smaller budget. But this is phenomenal. They're walking away with all the Emmys. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, every episode is the best episode. That is freaking. So when I go back and watch every episode again after this is all over, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do like 5 or 6 seasons because this shit is fire. I'm going to be like, yeah, oh, this was the best episode. That was the best. It just keeps getting better and better. I don't know what to tell you. If you ain't watching the show, I don't know what you're watching. And it's going to lead into Dune Prophecy too, but it's like, all right, I get all Dune stuff, but this is just so good. It's Sopranos in Gotham, but better. But I don't know. But anyway, tell me what you think. I ran on long enough. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I want everyone to subscribe. And I do mean everyone.